what? These women are so wicked out here, bro. Like, if I'm gonna be with a being, I might as well just pick the lesser out of two evils. And they going back to men. Y'all, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's something going on out here. And I don't know if it's my algorithm per se or what, but like, it's a lot of studs that's going back to men. I'm seeing a lot of content about women telling their stories about how they going back to men because women are just too wicked out here. Like, these women aren't just, they're not over their gay phases and they're just like, okay, fun's over. Like, nah, like they like, nah, I really do like women. I want to take a woman serious, but you know what? These women are so wicked out here, bro. Like, if I'm gonna be with a being, I might as well just pick the lesser out of two evils.
It says even studs are sick of these females. I know a lot. I know so many situational lesbians. I would argue that there are a lot more women who claim to be lesbian or claim to be queer or whatever. They're really not into the same sex. They are really not same gender loving, but maybe they just are mad at men. Maybe they're on their like feminist phase, radical feminist phase. Maybe their last boyfriend or the person that they were in love with broke their heart. And so they're just like, F it. I'm going to go along with females because women are easier to get along with. They understand me emotionally. They're emotionally available. So they leave these dudes and get with women, not because they really love women, but because they're mad at men. But the thing is, if the only reason you are in a relationship as a woman with another woman is because you're mad at men, that's going to blow up in your face really soon because you're going to soon find out that women are hella hard to deal with. Especially when you add romantic feelings to it, you add sexuality, you add sex, you add all of that energy. Oh my gosh, like, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. So I think a lot of what is going on is these studs being sick of females, or these women who claim to be so gay and queer ended up pregnant and married with a man then a year or two later. It's because they're in a phase, but it wasn't really real to them. And I also feel like there are people, and this is going to be another controversial take, right? But I really believe there are people who are sexually confused, or they are trying all kind of different stuff, gender-wise, sexual-wise, identity-wise, because they were inappropriately touched when they were younger, because they were traumatized when they were younger. Like, I think a lot of the sexual confusion that is sometimes couched as sexual liberation actually is very much connected to a person being inappropriately touched and losing their innocence at such a young age. That is another topic for another day. But with that said, what she is saying is scratching the surface. How many situational lesbians do you know? Y'all let me know down in the comment section. Let's continue with what she has to say.
And they going back to men. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing enough content that's pertaining to that. And it's just like, ladies, this ain't a wake-up call to y'all to get y'all stuff together. This ain't a wake-up call to tighten up and maybe heal and be better people. Like, guys is saying the same thing about y'all. Studs is saying the same thing about y'all. And studs are women too, just in case y'all forgot. Like, other women with sense and other men are saying the same thing about y'all. Y'all don't want to get y'all stuff together? Because I know me being done wrong by women, I know that incentivized me to be a better woman, because I don't want to cause nobody, man or woman, hurt that a woman did me, because that pain is a pain. Like, women be...
So, okay, she's touching on something. She said, you got men calling out women. You got women calling out women. You got studs, like calling out women, which, by the way, studs are women. But at a certain point, what she's basically alluding to is at a certain point, you got to recognize that the common denominator in all of these scenarios is you, is the toxic woman, or is the woman who, no matter what she dates, white, black, Asian, whether she's divesting, whether she's expanding her options, whether she's queer, whether she's same gender loving, whether she's bi-curious, where she's poly-curious, the common denominator in not being able to find any form of success or peace in the romantic realm, or even in the relationship realm in general, is you. If you're that person. So she does touch upon a really good point of like, at a certain point, if you are so unable to look in the mirror and recognize that there might be things you are bringing to scenarios that are causing that is causing toxicity, that is causing pain, trauma, that is complicating things. Like if you're unable to own that, if you were unable to address that, then at a certain point, you're likely to end up just by yourself. And more importantly, you're going to isolate yourself from literally everything. So she's making a really good point there.
Women be ruthless with they joint. Like a man can hurt you, but a woman will hurt you even more, dog. Like it's just like y'all are savages. I ain't gonna hold you. And y'all do it with such no remorse. Like y'all just shrug y'all shoulders about it, like, all right, whatever. Like no remorse. Nothing. It's just like, man, like, man.
I think what's also happening is studs will find themselves, although they're women, they will find themselves being treated very much like men would be treated. It sounds like this is the experience that she's having without her even knowing it. I feel like what she's experiencing is misandry. Although she is a woman who appears or who is dressing in a more masculine frame. And because we do exist in a misandrist society where men and masculinity is othered, it is not really respected, it is very easy to just downplay and disrespect men and not think anything about it. So I think what she is referring to, maybe without even knowing it, is misandry, is the kind of treatment men are accustomed to or used to that has been cultivated in this hyper toxic post-feminist, or I mean still actively feminist culture that has gone to the point now where we are not really here trying to create equality between men and women, but we're more, I believe in some cases, attacking masculinity. And the attack against masculinity is so strong that even those who may appear in a more or come in a more masculine frame may be attacked, even if they're not men. But by nature of them having qualities that might be perceived as more masculine, they themselves can still receive that misandrous treatment. That is just my theory. Let's continue.
Woo! I can't even put it in words. I gotta make a sound effect to describe some of y'all's wickedness, dog. Like, man, like, y'all know how bad of a person you gotta be, how bad of a relationship partner you gotta be to make somebody consider doing a whole 180 in their sexuality? Man, ladies, y'all tighten up as a whole. You need to tighten up because y'all gonna look up and ain't nobody gonna want to mess with y'all other just what's in between your legs. And I know y'all don't want that. I know y'all don't want that. You look around and don't nobody want to take you serious. And if they are trying to mess with you, it's really just to get their rocks off and then go about their business. Is that really what you want to be used for? Y'all don't want to be loved, right? Y'all don't want to be loved. Y'all don't want to be treated right. Y'all don't want none of that. Y'all just want to be reckless, do whatever y'all want, and then y'all expect for other people to just take it, tolerate it.
Okay, so she's obviously referring to very, very broken, dark females. I firmly believe that there are women around there today who are walking around and they are spiritually oppressed. They are demonically oppressed for sure. Some of y'all may or may not believe in the spiritual realm. That is up to you. I am a Christ follower. I am a full believer in that there is another reality in the other world that is beyond what we can see. And as a result, I believe that there's some of these women who are literally being persuaded and moved by evil spirits. This is why, like, no matter where they go, they cannot be happy, because the issue isn't the person or the environment. It is their soul. It is their spirit. It is their essence. And they need to be born again. Like, they need to be completely cleansed. They need to be washed. They need salvation. They literally need to come to an understanding of who God is and allow God to cleanse them and heal them before they are good to anyone, including themselves. So it sounds like she's referring to those kinds of entities. It sounds like she's referring to just really broken, toxic women. And the challenging thing about being broken is, it's one thing to be broken, or it's one thing to have issues and be an awareness of that, to own it, to maybe try to work on it, or to at least just be candid to have self-awareness, but it's horrible to be broken, to be sick, and to be ill, yet to be convinced you are well, and to have no ability to be accountable or to have no ability to receive feedback or constructive criticism. That is a very dangerous place to be. It's like being sick with cancer, but refusing to go to the doctor or refusing to get treatment because you're so convinced that you're healthy. Meanwhile, you have cancer and you're dying every single day because you're refusing to get help. That's what a woman is like when she is unaccountable and she is unwilling to face her flaws, ask God for help, and take the steps necessary to heal, even if that means looking in the mirror and looking at her own ugly. Anyways, that is what I have. What do you think? Do you agree or do you disagree? What do you think about this whole topic? Are you aware of any situational lesbians? A girl who had her lesbian girl phase and then now she's married with a kid, or at least, pregnant with a boyfriend. Like, let me know about this whole situation. Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.
I'm really excited to announce my new kids book, Aisha Learns to Love Her Hair. Aisha's hair is stunning, but she struggles to see its beauty. Through encouragement and wisdom from Grandma Lily, Aisha learns powerful lessons about self-acceptance. Aisha's journey is a heartwarming tale of family, culture, and confidence. Share her magical journey with your little loved one today, available for purchase.